We are back with Fame Game, Rozanne and I. It's all about our guest and nothing about us, by the way.
Well, I wouldn't comment on that.
We dispute on
Let's talk about the guest that has.
Our guest is a mountain
Something.
climber, he's a hairdresser, makeup, hair, brides, he's a chef, he cooks beautifully, he is a dancer, he's lots of things.
Well, we'll have to take the time of the entire show to introduce him because he's
4 shows.
he's a master of all trades, I would say. Not a jack of none, but master of all trades because you've mastered everything perfectly. So I know you as a dancer, as a good hairdresser with my field.
You should go to him, actually, for a makeover.
Let's start at the beginning. When you were in school, did you ever think that you'll become all these things?
Not really. Not everything that I'm doing now is all new to me. It's new to the world. It's new to all my friends, my school friends, my classmates, and everybody else as well. But I was always artistic from my small days. But I never realized that I would go on this line, the hairdressing line. I wanted to do architecture, which is also a form of art. And I got a break to work with Ramani, and that's how I got into this. Got into the field just to try it out. I loved it so much that I never wanted to go away from it. Then, of course, the climbing and all that was something that came in.
You went with the tide.
Went with the tide, but of course, something that people didn't know even when I was in school was I wasn't a real sports person in school. I just maybe take part in a house meet or whatever, but never really took to a sport in a big way. But what they didn't know was that I used to go with my father and do all these outdoor activities. Hiking, fishing, hunting, all that was done. And that was how I got into it, and that was how the interest was built.
So you always had this adventurous kid inside you that you discovered later on.
Yes, I discovered it. I brought it out only later on in life. But
Any
it was always
particular
there.
incident that triggered for you to become,
The mountain
So
mountain
I used
climber?
to go with my father, and that is something that even my brother didn't do, where I used to go and climb with him. The mountains in Sri Lanka, there were lots of areas that people never used to go in those days. Like the mountains, like the Knuckles Range, there were so many different ways of climbing it. But now everybody has discovered it, and there's a huge interest that has built up around
all
it.
of a sudden, yeah.
Now there is that. But
Is it
then-
because of your Everest expedition that
I think that counted to a lot of
rekindled
it
this
as
entire
well.
thing about mountain climbing?
It did. It has, I think, opened out a completely different area in this country. Adventure tourism also has now started expanding, and we are looking at the potential that there is in bringing out a new area in tourism. Yeah. But all that has come out now, and there's a huge interest that has built up. I think COVID was also one of the reasons for that. People couldn't travel out of the country,
they
so we
wanted
were
to
finding ways of
discover.
doing
Explore
things,
Sri
Lanka.
exploring Sri Lanka.
True.
And that's how it all came out.
See, talking of Everest, the two names that come to mind are yourself and Jayanti Kurutumpala. You all were a team, you all went there together. She summited first, the first Sri Lankan, the
First female.
first Sri Lankan woman, and you ran short of oxygen. That story we know very well. Why did you all part ways? What happened? What went wrong down the line?
Well, nothing really went wrong.
Wrong.
as such.
I'm asking you.
Nothing went wrong. Just that I think we just wanted to do different things. She's really into rock climbing and all that, and I know Jayanti is really strong at that as well.
Are you
and
not?
that has been no. I'm not a rock climber at all. But she is, and she's really skilled in that. So she wanted to take that forward, and I know she's doing a lot with it as well, where she's training people, she's training kids to do it in Sri Lanka. And that also has been included as an Olympic sport now.
Yes.
So I think that's great that somebody has taken it and they're taking that forward. But I decided to carry on with my climbing, and I just went ahead because I had a timeline as well that I wanted to finish everything that I had started, and that's how we have both proceeded our own ways.
So although you all parted ways, your journey is continuing.
So
Yes.
he's just about to
Yes.
go in for
Next
another
week, Johann
adventure.
leaves on his final summit to Mount to climb this final mountain of the 7 summits.
Seven
Denali, tell us the story.
Yes, so when
But
you
did
say
you go there a few years ago to Denali?
yes, I did. So when you say final summit, it might not be the final
Final,
summit
yeah,
that
that's
I do.
what-
Oh, don't jinx it.
It is the last of the 7. And the 7 summits also means the highest mountain in each continent. Yeah, that's what climbers do. So I took on this challenge after doing Everest, and I'm just about to go on the last one. I have done the other 6. I've climbed the other 6. I have summited 5 out of them. One, I'm counting it as a summit because I was just 200 meters short of it because of time constraints. And yes, so I leave on the last one next week, which is Mount Denali, which is the...
Excited or
Mentally,
nervous?
physically, how
or-
are you?
I think I'm fine. I'm there. A little bit nervous, which happens
always
with
are, yeah.
every single mountain. I think you've got to be, and that's a part of it. Because if you're not, that means you are going over it, and you are
So
overconfident.
each mountain, do you have like a unforgettable memory or?
Yes, there are. In each one of these, even if it is the smallest one, Australia is the smallest one, and I always keep referring to it as a walk in the park. But even that, for me, the memory was unbelievable because we had 6 of our climbers from Everest who came from all over the world, and we met up then. We did it together, so it was really memorable for all of us to be together and do this one together, and that was fascinating as well.
How close have you come to death?
Many times on the mountain, maybe a couple of times, but many times.
Closest was which experience, which mountain there?
Well, like I said, it wasn't only the mountains. I think I have had other experiences, near-death experiences. Since you brought up the mountain aspect of it, I will tell you about that first. That was in 2012 where we went to Island Peak in the Himalayan range. That was my first ice mountain that I climbed. Johann was there also with me on that. And we were slightly misled on the whole thing. We went, of course, with a very cheap company because at that time we were saving all the money and you would try to do it on your own. And we were slightly misled. We were told that the final day of the summit, it's a 21-day climb, and the final summit was supposed to be 7 hours, but it took us 24 hours. Yeah. And we ran out of water. Our bodies went into severe dehydration. We started eating ice, which burnt the insides. I started bleeding internally. I was throwing out blood. And I actually gave up on the mountain. I sat down and I was about to tell my Sherpa, leave me here and go. I'm done. Because you could.
Seriously?
Yeah, I was done. I was really done.
But you don't give up, Johann. I know that, Johann. You don't give up.
So that was a moment. That was a moment that I couldn't anymore.
Is it all worth it, Johann?
At the end of the
My
day,
next question was
it
that.
really, really is. Because when you come back and when you know what you have achieved and what you have actually overcome in life to get to where you are, the hurdles that you've had, the challenges that you've had, and what you have really pushed through
True, that's true.
to get there, those lessons that has brought you to where you are now. When you think of all that, you finally think it is worth it.
You're
It has
content.
made me a different person. My life, my outlook to life has changed. My perspective to life has changed completely through everything that I have been through.
You have gone through a major weight loss journey also. Tell us about it, your diets, your rituals,
How to maintain
Your
them.
healthy
Yes,
lifestyle.
I'm covering my stomach because buttons are popping.
So actually, that is also a process that has brought me, that I have come through. This whole process that I'm in right now. One of the things was actually the teachings that I've had also, of a healthy lifestyle, a good lifestyle, and how to maintain that. And that has come from Wow, of course, Kirby, who is somebody who has studied neuroscience and who knows about it, is imparting it onto us. And that's the fascinating part of the whole thing of being a part of Wow as well. It's not just about church. It's about actually your lifestyle, how you live your life to the fullest, and how you live your life to your full potential, health-wise, whatever your talents are, whatever you are, you live it to the fullest, and that's what it is. So this was brought in actually some time ago. He's been taking us through this journey, And I started following it as well, and now I have found that I just need to be a part of that journey, and that becomes a lifestyle. Yeah, it's in you. And also because of what I do, the mountains that I do, this whole climbing whole process has made me become very conscious of what I eat, what I drink, my routine, my exercise routine, for instance, right now.
I need to come to you for lessons.
I need to get that
So do
condition.
you?
Yes, to condition my mind. I mean, physical.
It's all in the mind.
Yeah,
it's all in the mind because people keep asking me, how do you have the time to do all this?
Yeah.
But it's just all in the mind. It's how you program yourself. One of the greatest things, it's discipline. Yeah, one of the famous things that everybody will tell you is that they don't have the time. Yeah, that is the famous excuse. I don't have the time to do it. But it's for us to make up the time, to make the time and make it happen. Yeah, for instance, right now I hardly go out. I'm not taking on any invitations. I'm not going out because
You prioritize.
I have to prioritize. I have to realize that 4:30 in the morning I have to wake up. I have to be out there for my training. And if I go out and I party, I love partying. But if I keep doing that all the time, yeah, it hinders my whole program. So I have to streamline my whole process and be conscious of it.
How have you covered up when perms have gone wrong, and haircuts have gone wrong, color has gone wrong?
The bleach was too much.
Yeah, all
I
that.
don't
How
know.
have you, it happens, but how do you cover up? Convincing.
Well, I think that is all a part of the learning process. We all go through it. And if anybody says that they haven't gone through it, any hairdresser, they're lying.
Talk to Johann Peries, what did he do when things went wrong?
Well, we had to cover up. One of the things I tried to do is, or something that I have learned, I think that is something that we have learned from Ramani as well, from my guru, whom we learned everything from in our industry. She's one of
Ramani is a partner of this show.
Your partner, beard partner.
The show's beard partner. Thank you, Ramani.
Yes, and she taught us. One thing is to be
How to cheat?
actually sorry.
Not cheat,
Not
just
cheat,
how to
to be honest with whatever happens. So
How to
even
handle
if
the
something
client.
goes wrong, maybe you don't blare out everything. You've got to be very tactful, and that is one of the skills that I think somebody being in the service industry, being in an industry like
Then you
mine.
talk gently and beautifully.
Yes, and you have to put it out there. Yeah, break the news,
Break the news.
very slowly,
Gently,
gently. Don't upset them.
Yeah.
Johann, you have a lot of high-profile VVVVIP celebrity clients. I can't mention the names, males and females both. How do you handle them?
Actually, it's
You know their balding patches, the holes in their
their
head, the
secrets.
thinning areas, all the things.
So the thing I think with hairdressers is that there's this saying, that if you want to know about anybody, ask their hairdresser.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's kind of a bond that you create, a kind of relationship that you have with your client.
It's not just cutting hair, but you
No, it's
get
not.
into dialogues and conversations
Absolutely.
and
And sometimes, people come there not just for their hair.
True.
They come there. I had a client who came to me recently also, and she said, I just needed to come and talk to you. That's why I came. Yeah. And, a lot of it comes out. So we need to know
they're
how to
relaxed and they are
talking
then they talk
specifically of Ranil Vikramasinghe and Chandrika Kumaratunga. What are they like clients?
as clients.
As clients.
Ranil, of course, has been my client for the last 35 years. Most of my hairdressing career. He's very easy because I think we've got to know each other as well, and he knows me and he trusts me 100%. So anything that I would say, he would go with. Yeah, when it comes to fashion and hair. And Madam Chandrika, of course, is slightly different because
She has her own
she has her own views on things, and she knows what she wants. Yeah, she
What
knows
is
what
best
she
for
wants.
her.
You do what she says, or do you all compromise?
No, so we talk to each other. She always comes with knowing what she wants and with a certain vision in her mind. And then we talk about it. And then I would also give my opinion, and I would always talk to
like
her
most
about it.
clients would
Like
do.
most clients
Yeah.
would do.
So you never got into
Relationship.
No, no.
Not with the clans.
No,
Talking
no,
about-
Kumar. So you never got into the beauty part of it as much as the hairdressing, or you did both?
When you talk about beauty,
like
the facials
the
and stuff.
facials and that kind of thing.
I did. I have studied that, but I don't do it per se. You know, I'm not a hands-on person with that. But of course, I have trained on everything, and I can still do it. Yeah, you don't lose that. I do it once in a way.
How
I
many
know what to
facials
do.
do you do on yourself a month?
Can we go by years?
Okay, how many per year?
Once every 2 years, maybe. That's because I have been forced and I have been taken as a model, yeah, by my staff to do a treatment on me. I seriously,
Very
I
good.
don't know. I haven't had the time. I haven't put myself.
So do you have like this morning routine? Do you have routines like
Absolutely
that?
not.
Because your skin looks absolutely great for a person who's always in the extreme cold weather or sun.
No, but you
Skin
should
is-
see my skin when I come back. I think Kumar has
It's
seen
a
it.
different human
Oh my
being that
God,
comes
you
back.
don't- I'm
Yes.
unrecognizable when I come back
Black,
because
he's grey, he's so all those colors. So when you train in the morning, does your makeup not run?
what makeup? Kumar,
Base you wear?
How
you
can
are
wear
you and
makeup?
I'm me. Okay.
I know, I'm me and you're you, yes, I know that. But then you train a lot. I do.
He doesn't wear makeup when he's training or
ask you.
running a marathon.
I asked
Or...
him.
I don't wear makeup full stop.
Okay. Move. Johann
That's why I
talking
said
of-
we are very different.
Enough.
Johann
gosh.
talking of human relationships. The very soft, vulnerable, easily hurt human being behind this facade that we have on our show. Breakups with people in your life, how hurt do you get?
I am somebody who's very sensitive and who gets quite hurt as well. I'm quite strong in that way as well. With everything else, I come out as a very strong person, but I get very emotionally attached to people as well. And it really hurts me when somebody does something or when we sort of part companies, even as a friendship, you know. So it has to a certain extent, but the great thing is even with those breakups that I have had before, we still have remained friends, every one of them. And that's
nice.
What are you looking for in that ideal partner you wish to have? Something
But
like that.
right now, I am not looking for anything in particular.
No distractions.
I'm not.
Seven
no
summits
distractions.
done. When you come back
Seven
next
summits at
month.
the moment. I haven't thought of that
After
area
that,
as
But
yet.
after that, what's next?
But in the whole process, if somebody comes along, yes, then. But it has to be somebody.
But you
who-
can't go shopping?
No, I won't go shopping either.
So
I'm not
it has
shopping.
to happen organically, Kumar.
Yeah.
Who's the guest Johann here? He or you?
Thank you,
defending
Rozanne.
my guest.
Thank you for standing by.
Two guests on the show now.
Rozanne and I also go back a long time.
Yeah,
Okay,
yes,
so
dancing days.
exactly.
So what next after the 7th summit? What's
Well,
next for you?
I think I'm going to keep climbing mountains. There are so
Okay.
many other mountains around the world that I would want
You
to do.
remind me of Mother Abbess in the Sound of Music.
Who am I talking about?
Mountain.
So that was sung to me a few weeks ago by Salons.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, when they
Soundry
wished
is
me.
also going to be a victim for this show very soon.
And they have always supported me, so they
Yes.
the whole
What is your
choir.
bond with the Soul Sounds? You work a lot with them?
Yes, so now she has. I have known Soundari from long time ago, from the time she used to sing with Mary
Was she
as well.
stressed even at that time?
Oh yes.
When is she not stressed? This sounds ridiculous.
But that's Soundari, that's
Yes,
her
that's
personality.
all.
And I think that's what keeps her going. That brings out the best in her. You know, so that's her. She, I think, produces some of the best.
Let's
things.
talk about his dancing before we finish, because Johann without dancing is no Johann. I know Johann as a very good dancer. So, any dancing happening?
No, not at the moment. Once in a while I still dance. Last year I danced in Yomi's show as well. And that was very exciting because after a long time to come back and be on stage was a lot of fun, because we used to be a lot on stage.
I know.
I'm
You
sure
used to be quite a
remember.
performer.
And People ask me whether I miss it.
Yes. Do you?
Not really, because I think I have made the most of it at that time, and I really lived a full life at that time as well with my dancing. But now things have changed. Now it's my climbing and my work and that whole thing. So I have moved on from that. Yeah, but I still enjoy it.
Any more questions?
We have
Nana?
some more time. What do you want to talk about now? We actually stuck for questions.
No, I have enough of questions.
go
It's
ahead,
just
go
that I
ahead.
thought you have so much of
We
questions.
got about 5 minutes more.
Let's talk about your entrepreneurship. You have
Salons.
many other businesses also.
So I actually have the salons now, and I have the 2 salons in Colombo. I had one at One Golf Face with Dr. Shanika, but of course due to COVID we had to close that. I moved out and they continued. So I have the 2 salons here. I'm looking at another one at the end of this
Overseas
year.
also you...
Yes, I have. I had one in the UK, but that also with COVID we had to.
COVID destroyed all of us,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Yeah,
that
to a
is-
How do you
certain
remote
extent.
control salons with quality? You're not there physically.
So the only reason that I actually went into partnership or did a salon overseas was because I had somebody who was there, who worked with me, who trained under me. In UK, it was somebody who was there at Ramani's time, and he was a fabulous hairdresser at that time, and that's why I went into partnership with him. In Australia, it was my girls who had gone from here, who had trained under me, who had worked with me. They had migrated, and then they wanted to open a salon there. So the 2 of them run 2 salons there, and we just opened our 3rd salon in Australia as well.
Cutting station is the name.
Cutting Station is the name.
Always.
Yes.
Who would you trust your hair with?
Well, I actually
good
try
question.
to I try to get one of the others in the salon now. Particularly those days, I was very particular. I would stick to one person, but now I have realized that the best way to get them out of their shell as well is to give them a chance
Yes.
to do my hair. And
Yeah.
now I've been moving around and
So
getting
now
each
you're
one of
middle
them.
age, crossing 55. There's not much of a choice, is it?
Let's talk about that famous
Thank you,
hat of
Kumar.
yours. The hat that you
Yes.
you don't wear it anymore.
No, I didn't, because I think I was copied, and there were
I know,
lots of
I know,
others who
everyone
started
started.
doing it,
Yeah.
and then I thought I need to sort of change my look a little bit.
So no hats anymore.
I
You
do.
don't own
I still
hats.
do.
Oh, you do.
I still do, but just once in a way when I feel like it. Yeah.
But you had a collection, right?
I had a huge collection
I
of hats, and that used to
remember.
be a thing that I used to have. Wherever I went, I collected hats, and caps, and berets.
You could have worn them to New earlier and ride a pony.
I think it's not his day today.
I haven't slept the whole of last night.
Another thing that I really wanted to ask you is you have a very good equation with Ramani, who is your guru. A lot of teachers, when they have students and they come to the equal level, then there is a big issue between them. I've seen that, but you and Ramani have been very tightly knit.
Yes, so I think it's a great thing to be able to have
Yes.
that relationship as well. And I have been able to keep that with Ramani and with everybody that I have worked with, but Ramani in particular, because to me, she is everything. You know, I learned everything from her, and
You are
I
grateful.
always, sorry?
Gratitude.
Yes, it's a gratitude, and also, you know,
Now there's a
I
big
owe it-
friendship, I think.
It is a friendship.
Yeah.
And, you know, still the other day, just last week, I called her and we had a chat for about 40 minutes, I think, on the phone, you know, and it was so nice to talk, you know, talk about the home front and talk about, you know, Ranjit and everybody else as well. And I think it was great to be able to do it. And I think it's great to be able
But
to.
Rozanne also,
keep
isn't Johann her star people?
That
Look
we
around
have to ask
Colombo.
Ramani when she is on our show.
Well, no, not
I would
really.
think
I think there are
so.
lots of them who
Who's
are.
done a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
stuff with his life.
That is something that Ramani has to answer, but I
Yeah,
think there are
exactly.
lots of others who have really been successful and who are doing very well in life as well in the field of hairdressing.
Any inspirational quotes that you can give our youngsters who want to pursue a career in dancing, in mountain climbing, in cooking, another thing,
restaurants.
and then in hairdressing.
Yes, so I think it's important to identify what you really like and what you really are good with. It doesn't matter what it is, it's really breaking out of that box and coming out to present yourself and to do really what you like. Recently, it was something that I always used to quote, and I was misquoted on social media recently with what I had said as well. And I said, the day that I stop working will be the day that I wake up in the morning and I think, oh no, I have to go to work today. I have never had that feeling. I love what I do. So I think really choosing, I was really lucky. Lots of people work for the sake of working.
Yeah, just for the money sometimes.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because it's a job. But I just love what I do, and every single thing that I do with a passion. The cooking part of it, starting the restaurant was something that I did because I love doing it. I was in the kitchen all the time, cooking. Yeah, and even the climbing, everything. So I love what I do, and I think I have lived a full life. So my message to everybody is find out what it is that you really like, what your real passion is,
about, yeah.
and you will never work. Like the saying goes, you will never work a day in your life. Yeah.
Talking of going to work, we were discussing yesterday. It takes me
2
the
seconds.
moment of getting up from my bed. It takes me 5 seconds.
2 seconds, you told me yesterday.
It takes me, say, 3 seconds to get to office. It takes 1.5 seconds.
Yeah. Because I work from my bed.
I work at home as well, and it's a passion. I love what I'm doing, and it's not a show, it's a passion. I will work till I drop dead because I love training and I love it. Now, before we close, you also run the grilling station. I got the name correct? The restaurant.
The barbecue station.
Sorry, the barbecue station.
So it's the stations.
The barbecue
He
station.
has a thing with stations.
Station master in the previous work, I suppose. How many complaints have you had of food poisoning and diarrhea?
So one of the things I need to correct is I don't run it anymore.
You gave it up finally?
Yes. Barbecue station is not mine anymore. I sold it as a business. But that was also something that I started because I had a passion for cooking, and there was no barbecue restaurant per se in Colombo. So I wanted to start that, and I wanted to create that, and I created that, and it was really, really good, and I think everybody loved it who came there. I don't think we've ever complained where the food was bad. Yeah, we may have had little complaints about a service or something like that, but I think most of the complaints, 99% of the time, has been really good. There. So
Reviews always.
I'm really glad that it went that way. And before it went down, because I'm traveling, I'm not there. I need to be there because that was something that I started with real passion. And before anything of that happened, that's why I wanted to move out of it and leave on a high.
Responsible when he's not there.
Last question, I promise you. So next year is a significant year in your life. You celebrate 20...
Well, Cutting Station celebrates 25 years.
Exactly.
Yeah. For me, it's 38 years in
Any
my
plans
field.
to celebrate the Cutting Station's 25 years?
You had a fabulous show at one time
Yes,
celebrating.
that was 25 years. That was celebrating 25 years of mine.
XXV,
Yeah.
Ashwini Fernando, remember that show? Wonderful.
Yes, and I think that was one of
And
the...
Loching Walk also.
I still have models walking up to me and saying, when are you doing your next show? We've never had a show
I know,
like
I
that.
love that show. I love the wigs and I like the entire theme
And the whole
of it.
concept,
From
it was a
caveman
story.
right down
Yeah.
to today.
Story.
It was, yes.
And it was very entertaining. I think that's what it was.
Shows like that don't happen anymore.
No, unfortunately, they don't. So I'm hoping that I can, for the 25th year of the Salon,
I hope so too.
I hope we can repeat that, the completion of my 7 summits.
Yeah.
And of course,
Too many things to celebrate.
I'm also looking at launching a book, so I'm hoping that we
Your
can-
story.
Yes, it's. I haven't decided how I'm going to portray it. Whether it's going to be, I don't think it's going to be my autobiography, but I think it's going to be more like memoirs.
Lot of editing.
Sorry.
Lot of
Yes.
editing, deleting areas that can be written. You didn't get me, it's okay.
What are you trying?
It's okay.
What are you? I know what you're trying to say.
He got it, he just ignored you.
The next interview. Johann, thank you very much for being our guest.
Thank you so
wonderful as always
much.
talking to you. You fly next week to Denali, so good luck.
Thank you.
All the very best to you. Come back safe. And
When you come back,
That's
we
the
want
key.
to hear loads of stories about Denali too. I mean, you'll have so much of experiences.
Yes,
So-
I think that will be one of the toughest mountains. So,
Yeah.
it
all
will
the
be.
very best.
All
to
the
you.
very best
Thank
and
you.
wish
Thank
you
you for having me.
good
Sure.
luck.
We'll meet you again next week. Another time, another show, another guest. Bye until then.